Okay, so today we have L7, Pretend We're Dead. So L7 has been requested a few times now, and L7 is a band that I've heard a lot about, for a while now, I guess, going back to like high school. But I've never listened to them. I know that they are, I guess, considered grunge, but, and I love grunge, but again, I don't know, I never got into L7. So yeah, we're going to do Pretend We're Dead because that one kept coming up. So let's get into it, talk about it after, and see what the heck it sounds like. Let's go. ASMR. All right, so L7 and Pretend We're Dead. So, yeah, my first time listening to L7, and it was pretty groovy. I have to say off the top, Donita Sparks, I feel like I said her name fast. She, the lead singer here, I loved her vocals, I have to say at the top. What I liked, with the song being, Pretend We're Dead, this is not a slight against her. Again, I've never listened to any of her any other L7 songs, but she sounded like the way she sang, I guess, kind of, it almost sounded like she was kind of dead. Kind of, there's like, I guess, a little bit of a monotone thing to it. And so I don't know if that was, again, I don't know if that's just her voice, just all the time. But she sounded like she was just fed up. She sounded like, yeah, and like what she was really, believed, the message of the song, which I'll get into later, I guess. And yeah, I just have to say off the top again, I'm not trying, I'm not saying, I'm not being mean or whatever. I liked her voice. It just, it sounded like she was like she was dead. Which I thought was fun. And so, yeah, I just really enjoyed that. And, just the whole chorus. I mean, I can already tell that's probably going to be in my head for, like, the rest of the night. And, the backing vocalist here, which was the drummer of the band, who was, this is the only track that she did backing vocals for. Dimitra Plakis, I want to say Plakas. Anyway, on drums here and backing vocals. And she was doing the come on, come on, come on. And I just enjoyed that as well under Donita's, main vocals, lead vocals. I just like how they had the come on, come on, come on. And like I said at the start, there were, it almost was like ASMR with the little things. I don't know if that was Donita there or if it was Dimitra again. But I thought, vocally, this was stellar and really spoke to, the song's meaning. And I thought it was all great. Anyway, as well, Susie Gardner on guitar. Great riffs, I thought. And as well, the ending there was different. I don't know, it was almost like, I don't know what the voices were, I guess, at the ending there. But the guitar was great. And I just really enjoyed that. And then Jennifer Finch on bass. And, all female band. I didn't say I don't know if I said off the top or whatever, but yeah, it's an all female band. I mean, if you're here, you probably already know what L7 was. But anyway, so I liked it all. And I have to say as well, what I was told or what I learned or whatever was that like they were kind of like the female version of Nirvana. I do know that Butch Vig, I think, produced this album, I want to say, or he was a part of it somehow. Anyway, and he obviously, actually it says produced by the band and Butch Vig. Okay, so yeah, so Butch Vig was obviously a big part, and he produced Nevermind and, was a big part of Nirvana as well. So maybe that's where it all comes in. But honestly, Nirvana didn't really come to my head as like a comparable for me anyway, or at least Kurt Cobain didn't come to mind for Donita's vocals. What came to mind was Billie Joe Armstrong. I feel like I'm out of breath. I'm still recovering from COVID here. But anyway, Billie Joe Armstrong from Green Day. That's what came to my mind for a comparable, at least to, Donita's vocals. And I don't know, it was just they have the same, almost like the same delivery to me. Maybe it was just because I don't even know where the part was in the song now, but I think it might have been maybe the second verse or something. Yeah, the second verse, when she says, turn the tables with our unity, they're neither moral or majority, and wake up and smell the coffee or just say no to individuality. I don't know, maybe just the rhyming or whatever, but it just sounded like Billie Joe to me in my head. And so if anything, yeah, that's what came to my mind. And again, I know they're considered as grunge, at least it says in Wikipedia, but I don't know, it didn't sound like too much, I don't know, it didn't sound like too much grunge to me for some reason. Almost like, yeah, like a little bit of punk, I guess you would say. Which, I mean, I guess grunge is maybe not too far away from punk, whatever. Anyway, now we're getting in deep. But, yeah, really enjoyed the whole thing, really enjoyed the song, I have to say. I feel like that's, kind of just a blanket statement or something. But, yeah, I really enjoyed the sound. I mean, it was just, my goodness, losing my breath. It was just great. And I thought, as an all-female band, obviously, again, it reminded me of something like, Joan Jett. Obviously, she had her troubles getting into rock, hard rock, I guess, and because she was a woman, and I could only imagine for L7, as a, I guess, one of the only female grunge bands that comes to mind anyway, apart, all the other ones like Nirvana and Alice in Chains and Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, all that stuff. Not many females, but Smashing Pumpkins, I mean, I think they were kind of considered grunge for a minute. And I mean, they had Darcy Retzky, but that's the only one, that's the only female that really comes to mind. But anyway, yeah, so I just like how, I mean, you had to be tough, it seems like. So, anyway, I guess I'll get into the about here from Genius.com like I usually do. So it says, one day, Donita Sparks sat down to write a love song and ended up writing a commentary on Reagan-Bush era apathy. And it goes on that this was featured in a trailer for a romantic comedy zombie movie. Anyway, from 2004. Anyway, So yeah, again, and I do also have song facts open here. And it goes on to say, it says, written by Donita Sparks again. This song is a call to action, making the point that doing nothing is exactly what the powers that be want from their opposition. And, oh, my nose is itchy. So yeah, again, it says the band was, it says, what was the band fighting for? For one thing, the war in Iraq, which they cover in another Brooks or Heavy track, Wargasm. I like that title. But also reproductive rights. Around this time, they formed an organization called Rock for Choice in an effort to combat the anti-abortion push by George H.W. Bush administration. Supporters in L7's efforts included Nirvana and Pearl Jam. So I like that, I guess, the other grunge bands were kind of rallying around them. And yeah, so I mean, reproductive rights, I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, it should be a woman's choice, you would think. But of course, that's not always the truth. Well, not always the case, I guess, at least even today in Texas. Anyway, but yeah, L7, I like that they were going after that and, talking about abortion. So with the lyrics here, just to get into some things, with how it starts off, what's up with what's going down. In every city, in every town, cramping styles is the plan. They've got us in the palm of every hand when we pretend that we're dead. When we pretend that we're dead, I feel like I said the weird. And then, we pretend that we're dead. They can't hear a word we've said when we pretend that we're dead. So obviously, again, as stated earlier about, if you just pretend that you're dead, that's what the opposition loves or whatever, because then, you'll just follow or whatever. And, I mean, yeah, so then L7, I like how they're saying, pretend that we're dead, this is what's going to happen. But also, I do have to say this, before, it became a Reagan thing or, about Reagan and Bush and all that stuff, it says Donita Sparks, this is from Wikipedia, had just broken up with her boyfriend or whatever. She had a recent breakup anyway. I don't know who broke up with who, but she said that the first thing that came to her mind was, I just pretend that you're dead. So, so instead of, I guess, that's one way to get through it, just pretend that the guy's dead, I guess. So it goes on, she did not mean it as a wanting her former paramour to be dead, but felt that the only way she could get through the breakup was to pretend that he was dead. She said, then immediately her mind, she thought, I'm not writing that. It's just not going to happen. What about pretend we're dead? She liked that because playing dead was a children's game, and it also served as commentary on Reagan-Bush era apathy. Excuse me, my goodness, I had a burp. Anyway, Sparks stated that there was an unspoken sentiment in the band that love songs were to be avoided. In an interview regarding the early formation of Pretend We're Dead, Sparks stated, we chose fierceness and humor over vulnerability because we were, navigating challenging waters as women in rock. So again, like I already said before, women in rock, I mean, especially again in 1992 when this was released, I mean, it still wasn't, I guess a thing you saw all the time. I mean, it was more, kind of I was gonna say manly, more of a male-dominated scene, I guess. So yeah, I just like that, again, L7 came along and said, we can do this too. And I like that, like I said earlier, yeah, that they were talking about, the, abortion, the right to have an abortion, as women, I mean, good Lord. And, again, talking about how, how she pretended that, her boyfriend or her ex-boyfriend was just dead. And then how it all came out into the song. And, yeah, and I like that they said, love songs were to be avoided. And then they chose, fierceness and humor over being vulnerable and being, sad, and making a depressing kind of a song, I guess. So yeah, I just like everything about this freaking track. I mean, that's what it comes down to, I guess. Yeah, anyway, I guess that's all I got to really say. Great track. I was gonna say a little track, but it was, almost 4 minutes. Great track from L7. Again, I love grunge, and I know I've gotten people in comments saying that they don't like grunge. But I don't know, I like grunge. Love Alice in Chains and Nirvana and, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden. Like I said, even, I guess, Blind Melon was considered grunge for a minute. I don't know, everyone was considered grunge or something in the early 90s or what was going on. But anyway, L7 here, great job, and a great, meaningful tune, and, something bad, as a breakup. It turned into a positive, obviously, and became, I guess, one of their signature tunes. And again, I just love that. What sticks in my mind is her vocals. Just just how her delivery style for this song, And you know, when we pretend that we're dead, again, you could tell like she's, you know, she believes what she's singing. That's what I got anyway, just through her vocals. I don't know what it was, but anyway, just powerful. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. Really appreciate all of the support, and I will talk to you guys again soon.